One, two, three. 3 shots from Ghost World. Shot number 1 takes place shortly after we meet Seymour for the first time, when Enid and Rebecca prank him with a false classified ad response. After they see him nearly get in an accident, they decide to follow him home, camp out outside of his apartment, and figure out what his deal is. The shot is omniscient narration because Enid, Rebecca, and Josh have not arrived yet, so it is not their point of view or an eyeline match. It is a planimetric composition because the camera is perpendicular to the planes of action, the car, the hedges, and the front of the apartment building. The colors brown and green in the lower third of the shot help develop a color motif that evolves through the course of the film. Brown and reddish-brown quickly become associated with Seymour. While Enid has a much wider range of costumes, she's often associated with the color green. Interestingly, if we double back to Seymour's first scene, he's wearing a muted green sweater over his more typical brown shirt. Enid remains visible in the background in her brighter green jacket.
I wonder if he's just totally insane or really thinks the bus is coming.
Why don't you just ask him?
Hi, what's your name?
Norman.
Are you waiting for a bus?
Yes.
I hate to tell you this, but they canceled this bus line 2 years ago. There are no more buses on this street.
You don't know what you're talking about.
This shot provides an interesting contrast with the original comic strip by Daniel Clowes. In Chapter 6, The Norman Square, Norman only appears in one panel. Panels with Enid and Rebecca are closer to the Walk and Wander compositions seen early in the film. The right-to-left movement of both the camera and the characters sets up a motif that also gets developed through the course of the film. Keeping Enid behind the bench in this initial interaction with Norman sets up an important variation on the motif as the significance of Norman changes for Enid.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you remember me?
Sure. Sure.
You know, you're like the only person in this world that I can count on.
In the graphic novel, Enid and Rebecca discover that Norman is no longer on the bench. In the film, Enid watches Norman from a distance as he boards a bus. The last variation on the right-to-left movement is the bus revealing the empty bench. Note the repetition of the music motif as well. While there is plenty of camera movement in Ghost World, many early shots of Enid in her room are either static shots with Enid moving through the frame, or a camera in a stationary position panning and tilting along with Enid and her movements within her room. Shot number 3 provides an important variation on that norm in order to punctuate an important narrative moment. The camera arcs around Enid as she listens to one of Seymour's records and really hears it for the first time. As she listens to the record repeatedly, the lighting in her room brings out the colors that we associate with Seymour. My name's James Krell, and this has been 1, 2, 3. 3 shots from Ghost World. I'm posting this work-in-progress video essay in advance of Terry Zwigoff's visit to Madison, Wisconsin and the UW-Cinematheque on November 10th and 11th, 2023. For a complete schedule of events, go to cinema.wisc.edu. I have also contributed an article about the Terry Zwigoff visit in the November issue of Isthmus. I will post a link in the notes to this video, and you can also find that at isthmus.com.